Good afternoon, folks. This is Robert Temple, Executive Editor of Madison365 with your daily update for Friday, February 5th. We made it to the week, everybody. We'll talk a little bit about some, just one or two sort of COVID-related policy things, and then we'll do some numbers. And then after the break, we'll have Anthony Hudson and Raquel Fumanowicz are good enough to join the program today to talk about a massive investment for BMO Harris Bank in Black and Latino owned businesses and communities. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But first of all, remember yesterday there was a lot of back and forth in the state legislature about mask mandates and things like that. And there was a bill that was passed through the legislature today that was supposedly a COVID bill, although it didn't really do much COVID-like relief. It was more about prohibiting local cities and counties from requiring businesses to close and that kind of thing. And this is sort of the next step in this fight between the legislature and the governor. So the governor vetoed that bill. He still has a mask order, a new emergency declaration that went into effect yesterday, so there's still a mask mandate in place. At least one Republican senator has drafted a new resolution to repeal the new order, while another Republican senator said it should be settled in court. So it's not real clear which way it's going to go. In the meantime, a group of Democrats in the Assembly have drafted a legislative mask mandate. So, like, just to mandate mask wearing, but to the legislature rather than to the governor's office. I guess thinking there is the Republicans have always have been saying it's not about the masks, it's about overreach, it's about executive power, right? So the Democrats are saying, okay, if that's the case, let's use our power to mandate masks, so that the governor won't have it. So we'll see where that goes. I don't think it's going to go very far. The other thing I'll mention is at the federal level, President Biden has proposed a $1.9 trillion package that would include $1,400 checks for everybody under a certain income level. It's either going to be $75,000 a year or $50,000 a year per person, it sounds like. That hasn't been said yet. Along with a whole bunch of other stuff, a lot of money for vaccine distribution, a lot of money for additional unemployment insurance, all that kind of thing. In the early hours of this morning, 5:30 this morning, after an all-night global roundup, it cleared a procedural hurdle. It has. Some people have been reporting that the whole package has been approved. It hasn't. But basically, the Senate approved a procedural vote that will allow it to go through what's called the budget reconciliation process, which means when the Assembly, I thought too much about state legislature, when the House of Representatives passes the entire package, because it's a budget bill, it can go through this reconciliation process and cannot be filibustered, which means, in practical terms, Democrats can pass it with 51 votes instead of 60 votes. Okay. So at 5:30 this morning, that procedural vote was a 50-50 tie, and Vice President Kamala Harris, for the first time in her administration, or her time as vice president, has had to exercise her duty as the president of the Senate, cast a tie-breaking vote. So that was kind of exciting for us, like civics nerds. It was sort of like, oh, that was exciting. Because that hasn't happened in a long time. Like 2020. Maybe it was a little bit more recent than that. But anyway, it was a long time ago, and that will continue. It sounds like the $1.9 trillion package will move forward. There might be a little bit of adjustments in terms of income level of who gets most assistance, that kind of thing. But it does seem like it's going forward. The one big thing that is not going to be included right now is a $15 wage. That was originally part of the package. But that because that particular thing, that particular component does not deal directly with federal spending, it's a little harder to do that through reconciliation, right? That $15 minimum wage would have to go through, it would have to be a filibuster-proof majority. We'd have to have more than 60, or at least 60 senators on board for that, because it's not a spending, it's not a government spending. It's a little harder to get that through that reconciliation process. So that's kind of like set aside for now. I think they're still going to try to do that, but just don't have to go through a slightly different process than the direct spending. Okay, let's get to the numbers. Is everyone else having a problem with the audio? That's weird. Right. I don't know what that is. I don't see any reason that that's what happening. Sorry, folks. Tell you what, let me everybody hang out. I'm gonna restart. I don't know why there would be any feedback at all. There should be. Not hearing any. Not hearing any at all. Let me I'm gonna end this broadcast. I'm gonna restart, and we'll pick up where we left off. Does that sound good? All right, thanks.